Well, hello, Patricia here from very snowy Alaska. Oh my goodness, can you believe this? It is snowing gangbusters, and it's supposed to snow for quite a bit. You can see my deck here as well. But isn't that something? Just snowing like gangbusters. I love it. I am doing this at the very beginning, excuse me, of the video, partly because I'm going to show you an Easter thing, which is funny, but it does seem to snow a lot in or around Easter time. So anyway, there you go. I will give you the, isn't that crazy? I think you can see the snow. Oh yeah, especially if I put it against the trees. Okay, enough of the snow. We're going to go do a card, or well, not a card, a basket. Okay, here we are. Back in my craft room. Boy, I can't talk today. And this is the little basket that we are going to make. Is that the cutest little thing ever? It's got, you can see the woven pieces in there. Now, I did not put woven pieces on the back side of it, but mostly just to show you you don't have to do that, okay? And these are now we're going to use slightly different colors on this one. I'll show you the colors, or actually what I'll do is I'll list the colors below that I used on each of them. And then made some little grass to go on the inside. And it's got little, I haven't finished this one. I'm going to show you how to make a cute little egg for this guy, for the little chickie. And so there's our basket. So, whoops, and we have some falling out grass. So this is the bundle that we're going to use for this. This is the Easter basket. This one, I believe, came available March 3rd. I think that is correct. Happy Easter. Easter's on its way. Hello, spring. And if I were going to put a sentiment, I would probably do hello, spring. That way it doesn't even have to be Easter per se. For you. And I just love it. Now, those are the stamps, and these are the dies. Well, it's not all of them. Let me show you the paperwork so that you can see the dies. There's all of the little things that you can stamp, the little bunny, the other two bigger bunnies, the flower cluster, the individual flower, the carrot. This is a builder thing, and this is, can you see that? Is what we are going to use to make, it's supposed to be like a tulip or something, and we're going to use it as our eggshell. Now, I did not put a bow on my basket, but you could if that's your thing. And there's nothing wrong either way, just saying. Then there's some grass, and then the little ruffles. These two are the distance of, now you could actually use both if you wanted. I'm just going to use one or the other. I don't even know which yet. How funny is that? And then this is what cuts out. This is that die, okay, right here. And it cuts out all of these little jobbies. These are what I'm going to use to weave in my basket. And my basket is right here. No, it's not. It's over here. Okay. So here are my little baskets, because I need one for the front and one for the back, and those have been cut out. Now, I tried, when I first started this, to weave these little pieces in here. I tried, to get up here and, okay, come on, separate, and weave them in, etc. However, that was way too difficult. So what I did is I took a large-ish, it's, about the length of the paper clip, about the length of the basket. And then just weave that metal in, and oh my goodness, that's so easy. Now, it depends on how many pieces of, how many pieces of this that you want. Now, what I did, let me go back and clarify this, is I took this piece and I cut it, I think, in 5 different colors. Let me see if I've got 5 colors here. I believe I do. Or I could have already used them, but we'll see. 5 different spring-ish colors. Okay, and my peach pie. Again, I will put the colors down below, but I cut this 5 different times. Actually, I did a fair number more than that because that's how I made my grass as well. But let's start with my... Now, this particular one is not Granny Apple Green, although this one is. Hold on. Okay. All right. So that is, oh, here it is. So this is Lemon Lime Twist. And once I've got that paper clip in there, I can just thread it through very easily. Now, once I have it in there, I do want to pull it down all the way to the bottom. And I could go ahead and put my, not the next color, but the next one in, but it's just really as easy, and that kind of gets in the way. So, weave this through again. Like that. And then, very easy, I'm trying to look at this one. I've got yellow next, which I believe was, I'm not going to worry about colors right now because I'll tell you in the comments below or in the description. Then pull that out, and then this is just like kind of real weaving that you would do. You want to pull that down as far as you can. Now, if you're only going to put 3 colors in there, you don't have to pull it down quite so far, but I want to put 4 colors, even though I cut 5. So, come on, get in there. And of course, it's not going to go because I'm on the video. Okay. And I only did weaving on one side. In other words, one side of my basket. On the other, I did not do any weaving, partly because it's almost entirely covered up, but also because I was just in a hurry at the time. But you do you. Do one side or both, whatever floats your boater. You know, because everybody's got a boat to float. Don't they? Okay, get that one in there. Pull that out. See, it would be very, very easy to just stop that right now and be all done. But I am going to go... Now, this is the one that's a little more difficult. And because you've got less space... Whoa! Because you've got less space, but... And if you pull it out as you're trying to weave... But if you're trying to do this with cardstock, you're going to bend that cardstock. Not that it's bad to bend it, because most of the time you won't even see where you bent it. But it could easily bend or tear beyond, there we go, what you might really want. And I believe I had the purple one, the pink or purple, it doesn't really matter, up at the top. Because I've got both left, and I want to put that in there. I might have to move this out of the way, obviously, and weave through. And like I said, this top one is going to be a little more difficult, but that, I'll move my peach pie out of the way. Okay, come on. We want to do the difficult part at the beginning, right? Come on. You can go in there. Now the other thing you can do is help it along with your take your pick tool. There we go. But I think it's going to go. Okay, I'll use my take your pick tool. Oh, well, that one might work too. So I did a video not too long ago about the take your pick tool, and I did not talk about this. This end is for scoring, and then I couldn't find my brush tool, so I have them both now. Okay, there we go. It's in there, and then just pull my paper clip out, and my basket is woven. Isn't that just so cute? Now, if you were putting that flat on a card, that would be just adorable. But we do want to cut off these end pieces. And you'll notice I am not even gluing this. I am simply going along that edge and snipping those off, because that weave is good enough that it is just, it'll stay there. Now, I could move it up and down or whatever if I choose to, but I really don't need to. It's done. Okay, so there's my basket, and let's move things around a little bit. We want to, I have a couple of things that I've already cut and colored. Now, I didn't finish the nose on my little chickie, and my little rabbit is done. And what I did on these, on all of them, and I'll do that here again in just a second, is I stamped in crumb cake, which is what the basket is cut out of. And we're going to make this basket here in just a few minutes. But let's go ahead and get our stamps. Now, somebody asked me the other day how I store these. And one thing I do, woohoo, just lost a, okay, is the dies go in the back and in the front. I've got the, and what I do, the stamps, and what I do is I make a little pocket in there that holds the stamps. Okay, so I'll show you that here. Well, let me just go ahead and show you now so I don't forget. I've noticed a couple of times lately I've said, I'll show you that in a few minutes, and then I forget to show you. So let me go ahead and do that. Oh, I know why it's not coming out, because I've got that in there. So what I do, this is the packet that the stamps come in. So I take the stamp, I put it, or the description, I put it in there, and then I take this and fold it over so that, the flap, so that I've got a little pocket there. And then that's where the stamps go, okay, on their sheet. Then in the back, facing the, so you can see it, I don't want to put it in like this, I want to put it in so that I can see it. I put the dies, and then they go on a magnetic sheet, and I just slide that in there. And then I store them so that I can either look, all of the stamps are this way, and all of the dies are this way. Okay, let me show you what that means. Let me grab my, okay, this is how I store them. Let me see if I can pull you up a little bit. Okay, so they're in a plastic tub in alphabetical order, and this way I can see the stamps. If I turn the whole thing around like this, I can go through, and the ones that have dies are going to be facing this direction. Okay, and it makes it so easy to go through and see, oh, I was looking for a wood stamp. There, well, you can't see it. There it is. Okay, so that's how I store them. And I can pick up a huge number. Okay, let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. 44 in this tub. 44 stamp sets. Which is crazy. If I had to pick up 44 in the old style, I mean, it would be, it'd be a lot. Anyway, so that's how I store these. So, got a little sidetracked there, but I've had a few questions about that. So, we are going to go and we're not going to do our little bunny because I've already got him, but we are going to do our egg. We're going to do our big bunnies. Both of them. We are going to do our flowers, cluster of flowers. We've already got our carrot, we've already got our little chickie, and our individual flower. Okay, so for each of them, I'm going to put them on a block and move you back where you need to be. There we go. Okay, so then with my, where is my, oh, here it is. Okay, here is my, sorry, I needed to move that, didn't I? Here is, as I move things around, my crumb cake. And I'm going to take it and stamp each of these. Now, if I were doing this, a whole bunch of these, which I did, but if I were doing a whole bunch of these, I would do this on the new stamp positioner, okay? But for now, since I'm just making one for us, I am going to just put them on blocks. Okay, so we've got those two, we've got that. Here's our little egg. And notice I'm just trying to take up all that little space so I don't waste anything and can stamp a bunch more. All right, so there we go. There's a little green piece that can go in there. Okay, so then what we're going to do is color these little guys. And they're just so cute. All right, so I've got light crumb cake and dark crumb cake. And I'm going to use the light. And for my little bunnies, I am, okay, I can use either end. Just kind of depends which one you want, but I'm going to give him, he's really going to be kind of a white bunny, but I'm giving him a little bit of definition, okay? So I'm going to give him shadows along the edge, wherever there might be a shadow. And when you're doing this, be sure you always do it on the same side. Okay, I'm going to have a little bit of shadow under his arm, and I'm coloring his ears. I'm not doing a whole lot of coloring on him. I'm just kind of giving him a little bit of definition. I am going to color his little pink nose and his pink ears, but that is all there will be colored on him. I did this, oh no, I did both bunnies. Okay, I thought I'd done the same one. Okay, just all on that side, a little bit of shading under his arm, under his neck, and over on that side, and here. Okay, there's not a whole lot of coloring on him, but it's a lot of fun to do. A little bit under that arm as well. Okay, there we go. And I'm not even going to use the dark. I'm going to go to, okay, so I'm kind of going back and forth between the colors that I've got. I am going to go ahead and go with the darker colors that I chose, and it was partly because they were what I had out. So this is the light and dark strawberry slush, and I'm going to choose the light to go in his or her little ears, and it's very bright, but I kind of like it. And on his little nose, and a little bit bigger nose over here, and 2 insides of the ears there. There we go. Our bunny is done. Oh, and as I'm using this, I'm going to color my, now I went outside the lines there, but I'm really not going to worry about it. I could use my color lifter, and if I saw it right here, I probably would, but I don't at the moment. Okay, I've also got my light Timid Tiger. I'm going to color, I guess the Strawberry Slush and Timid Tiger can go together since I just did that. There we go. I'm not being really particular, as you can see. And I'm going to go with my Lemon Lolly. And I think I'm going to put that in 2 places. I think on one of these that I made, I didn't even color the bottom one. And this is my Granny Apple Green, and it's going to go up here at the top. And that's not the best coloring job I've ever done, but you know what? We'll live with it. I am going to show you, though, because I do have my lift, my color lifter right here. And I'm going to go ahead and I just barely want to touch that where I went outside the line there. And it's very hard to see if you're not really close to it. Let me see if I can get you nice and close. And I'm just barely touching that. It works sort of after you've touched it. So we'll see how well it does. It's such a tiny spot that normally I wouldn't even do it, but I just wanted to show you. Okay, then I want to do my little flower. So I need to go back to my Strawberry Slush. And is this light or dark? Yeah, this is dark. Okay, that's all right. And I'm going to color my flower. Be a little bit more careful here. And to be honest, you can go right over those lines. Okay. And then I did a much better job when I was doing this earlier. And when I pulled out a color, I used it everywhere I wanted to use it. So I'm going to go ahead and color my Lemon Lolly, and then I'm going to pull back out my Granny Apple Green, and I do want the light, and I'm going to color my stem and my leaves. And there we go. Now, you could leave those flowers white. Let's see, I think I left them, yep, I left them white on here. Or you could color them in whatever color floats your boater. All right, and then by the magic of television, I am going to pull out some other pieces. So, on this one, I've already glued down my little bunny. And I'm going to put my flowers on there, and he is going to hold, I knew another one I hadn't done he's going to hold the little Easter egg. On this one, we are going to put this bunny, and he's going to be holding a carrot, and the flower is going to go beside him. Then, so I'll do that in just a minute. On the back of these, before I put the box in between them, I'm going to either put the grass like this and then fill it, or I could put the ruffles. Now, if you put the ruffles on there, you are going to have to cut off one end. But either one is perfectly acceptable. Let me show you both of them. And because I haven't glued them on, they're going to move all over on me, of course. Okay, so which one do you like better? Kind of cute, huh? I love both of them. All right, let's go ahead. This one, I'm going to pop up. Whoops, let's go ahead and put the grass on there, because I do want the grass. Let me close the ink before I get it on something. But let's take this. This is the back, so be sure you're cognizant of what's going on there. Take your glue. Woohoo! Oh dear, oh dear. That has sat there a while and tried to come out too fast. So I need a wet wipe. Wow. At least that's on the back, right? Okay, that'll be behind my box, so that won't even matter. Although I did get a little dribble over here and a little dribble over there. All right, I do want to be sure I get those cleaned up. And now it's on me. So, as always, I've got my little Purell, or doesn't matter what kind, but what do you call this? Hand sanitizer. So, that takes it off very nicely. Okay, so I'm going to put glue on the front of this, and it's making quite the mess, so I want to be very careful with it. Scrape that by. I do like to put it on its side, and now I'm going to put this on here. Check the front to be sure that it's showing what I want to show and not showing what I don't want to show. You got that? All right, we're going to put that one aside for a minute and grab another one that's not so goopy. There we go. All right, so we'll let that dry for a moment, and I am going to go ahead and put grass on the back as well. So again, I want to put grass facing the front. I'm going to put the glue on the front, and of course this one, the glue doesn't want to come out. Okay, come on. It's coming. I may have to go back to the goopy one. Come on. Get up there so we can see it. There it comes. All right, we're having trouble with glue. You know, I rarely have trouble with glue. But it happens. So, we'll grab another one. And this one is perfectly coming out. But I do want to make a nice thin. I got way too much on there. But that's okay. So, with it sitting like that, I can put this on here. Okay. My goodness, we're already at 29 minutes. Can you believe it? All right. This one has the flower on it. The single flower. So we're going to put that on there. And our little bear, he's not a bear, he's a rabbit, is going to be up on dimensionals. And I already put the dimensionals on there. I want to put him down low-ish. Okay, and he is going to hold a carrot. And these carrots going to go like this. I don't want to put it in front of my flower too much. All right, so he's done. And again, whoa, I did get some glue on, glue. So I do want to wash that. And I'm going to wash it with my hand sanitizer, because it'll really get it off then. Otherwise, it might stick something to it. Okay. All right. And so I am going to put, you know what? I put the grass on the wrong one. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this on the back. Too funny. Oh my goodness, I'm having issues with my glue today. Would you look at this? I'm going to put a dot on there and wipe this up again. It's a good thing I have some wipes. That's 3 in a row. Man. It could be because I've been crafting in the living room at my table and haven't used these in a while. But that's okay. We will make them work. Okay, so there's my glue there. And as I said, I'm going to snip that little corner off. Where are my paper snips? They are here somewhere. Somewhere. Well, I'll snip them off. Oh, hello, I put them back. Imagine that. Put them back where they belong. Tells you how I don't do that enough. All right. And then this bunny, not on dimensionals, is going to hold the egg that is on dimensionals. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and glue our flowers right there. They do need to go straight up and down. I almost put them at an angle. Did you see that? Okay. Then our baskets are done, relatively speaking. What we need to do now is, you know what? I didn't put either one of these on my woven. Oh, well, it's no big deal. Okay, so what we're going to do with this one, this is going to be our basket. And it is going to be, or is, 4 1/4. This is the 4 1/4 side. 4 1/4 by 4 3/4. On the 4 1/4 side, so let's go back to 4 1/4. On the 4 1/4 side, we are going to score at 1 3/8. And I'm going to go ahead and measure on the right hand side 1 3/8. So just past a half, 2 little notches. That's at my 1/8. 1 3/8. Yes. Okay. And I'm going to score. Whoa. Do need to make sure that's square. Okay. Then I'm going to flip it and 1 3/8 again. Just past a half right there. Make sure it's square and score. Then on the 4 3/4 side, I want to score at 1 1/4. So I'm going to go right at 1 1/4 and score. Again, flip it right at 1 1/4 and score. Okay. Then, as you can see, there we go. Everything is scored, and I'm going to cut. So I cut and cut. Okay. All right. Then fold everything. Fold all those creases. don't really have to burnish them, but you could if you wanted to. Okay, then I'm going to put those flaps on the inside. Make sure that that's the direction I want it to go. It is. And then I'm going to glue it. So all I did, on the long side, I folded up, or I cut here, here, and here, and then folded in, okay, so I can glue everything. So now, if I end up with some extra, it's not going to be that big of a deal. Okay, and well, except that I don't want it to drip there. Okay, and there we go. Hold that a second. I do want to be sure everything is level. Okay, so hold that. And glue again. There and there. Okay. There we go. Got glue on my hands again. All right. Then I'm going to put my little basket on here. I do want to be sure that I've got the sides hidden-ish. Okay, like this. And then I'm going to put that one there. And my basket is good to go. It will look like this. Now, I put my little chick, and I told you I was going to show you how to make an egg for my little chick. So let me show you that. Move everything away. It's going to go on my basket. Where is my die? Here it is. It's this die. It's got a little flower here and then this flower, but we're going to use that flower with white. So, boy, that glue is just, you know, I never have trouble with that, or very, very rarely, but boy, today. And of course, on video. Okay, so I'm going to open up. Let's put the lid on. This is my mini. I'm going to open that up. I've got my dies here. My plates here. I am going to put this in there. I want that. I don't necessarily need the whole thing. I'm going to move it to the end. There's no sense in wasting paper. When I move this, you see how that handle moved? That tells me that it's caught. I've had people tell me lately they've had a little bit of trouble with the mini. Offset your plates. See how my plates are offset? I don't have all three of them going in flat like that together. They are offset a bit. But now I have my little egg. I'll move these aside. Pop out my little egg. Wrong one. Okay. There it is. Now, where's the one that's done? Here we go. I'm going to put my little egg right beside him. Isn't that just the cutest? Let's just do a dot since we've been having glue dot since we've been having trouble with glue. And get him where we want him. There's our little egg, and he's come out. And be sure to do your little chick's nose and your little nose of your bunnies. All right, there we go. It's all done with all the snafus. It's actually kind of good sometimes to have some snafus like that, so you can see how to correct or fix or whatever you want to call it. But, oh, I forgot to tell you these. So, the grass inside, what I did on this is I cut it. This is getting a long video, but I need to show you this. So, let me do it in, I won't use this piece. Okay, grab this, open it back up, because I want to show you what this looks like. Put that plate in there, and we're going to cut it. So scroll it through. Okay. Then these are my little pieces. So I can pull them up like this, or if they stay in there, I can use, woohoo, sorry about that. Oh my goodness. I really knocked you guys sideways, didn't I? Take this, roll them over there on the little mat that comes with it, and they come out. Okay, but these then, I can also roll this over those. Come on out. Whoa. Come on. They don't want to come out. They're just big enough. Whale. There we go. Then, once you've got them out of here, another kind of funny thing I've done before is just drop it and they fall out. All right, then I've got all my little green pieces here. These are going to be my grass. Okay, so I've got them all here. And then that doesn't really look like grass, so I'm going to crumple them up. Just crumple them really good and put them in with my basket. But then there's more. Look at these little pieces. Why not use these? And so cut them out. Crumple them. And you've got more grass. Ta-da! Just put it in your basket. Without glue on your hands, it'll stay in there. There you go. Is that just too clever or what? All right. Hope you enjoyed that and loved our little basket, whichever side you prefer. I like them both, actually. With our little bunnies and our grass and all the fun stuff. Thank you, thank you. I would so appreciate the thumbs up, the subscribe, if you will, and comment below. I usually have a question. I don't today, other than, did you catch that snow at the beginning? Oh my goodness, it's snowing so much right now. It's crazy. All right, take care. Love you. See you next time, and have a good one.